Welcome to Game 4, taking place, I think, 48 hours after Game 3. I'm convening here to play the last game of our match. I'm up 2-1, as you can see from the banner. We've got Populate, which is my favorite card to say. It's not really a card, it's a sideways shaped card item. Probably you do want to play with that. What do you pair it with is the question. What do you pair Page with is the question that I have. So you could go like Page Young Witch, you could go Page Silver. Fisherman is interesting. I don't see a ton of use for Fisherman. I think I'm going to go Page Remodel, which is a bit of a high roll, but I should be able to remodel some estates into useful things. And we'll see if they just go Fisherman Page. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'll at least be able to thin one estate here. And they get to 6. Wowzers. That is certainly a good draw. I'm actually going to get to 5 next turn myself, so that's nice. I'll be able to remodel this estate into something. What do I want? So I can take another Page, Native Village to get some village support. Next turn I'm probably going to buy a Haunted Woods, so I'm going to have a couple of terminals in the deck. But I think... And because I'm going to have so many terminals in the deck, I think I am going to grab the Native Village now. It feels a little bit bad, but it's also quite sad. I only have 4 there, and my Page has missed, and their Page has missed. Okay, so double Page miss. I was going to say I feel like I'm almost already losing the game if their Page hits and mine doesn't, but we both missed, which is quite unfortunate. I guess 1 in 6 that happens. 1 in 6 for me. Actually, only 1 in something like 7 or 8 for them. I'm going to try to use this Haunted Woods to my advantage here, and I'll show that in a second. They are being able to load up on the Fisherman. They got that second Page, which I don't quite see the point of, but we'll see. See if it ends up working out for them. So I assume they just get a Fisherman here. They don't have as many terminals as I have. So I can play this. So I can play the Haunted Woods, and I'll top deck the Remodel, which should give me a chance to hit an estate with it next turn. I think I'm going to get a second Native Village now. Got the 2 terminals. I'm going to add some more with the remodels. I don't have a ton of space in the deck for things like Enchantresses quite yet, although I would like to potentially add some of those. You could also just add Fishermen, I think. I think I'll go with one more Native Village. And then that will be all of the Native Villages that I get this game. I can actually trigger a shuffle here too, which would be nice with my Haunted Woods. So what I meant by the Haunted Woods was the Haunted Woods attack forced me to top deck my remodel, but I knew I had estates coming up, so I actually wanted to top deck my remodel. So that was a case where it works to my advantage over, normally you'd end up having to top deck a couple of estates, and that would be pretty unfortunate. So they were able to play their Treasure Hunter already. Their deck's a tiny bit thinner than mine. No, I think just that's how the shuffles worked. We got our Haunted Woods at the same time and everything. So yeah, it's pretty much how our shuffles worked. I'm going to have a shorter shuffle with my Treasure Hunter, although they're already shuffling it in. So it's I'm a little bit behind here, and it's not clear to me if that's due to shuffles. If this Native Village should have just been a Fisherman. That doesn't really help me because I don't draw it until this turn. I got a Haunted Woods. I got a second Page. They played both their pages. Played a Haunted Woods. played my Haunted Woods top deck to remodel. So if this remodel had been a Fisherman, I could have played it last turn, and then I would draw through my shuffle, play another Fisherman, and potentially hit my Treasure Hunter this turn, although that seems pretty unlikely. Treasure Trove seems pretty terrible. Okay, so I've set aside a copper. So I'm going to get to have 2 gains here. I'm going to pick up a Fisherman and a Young Witch. The Young Witch will only hurt for a small amount of time, but it will help me cycle a little bit, and I don't have any native villages to block, and I do have the 2 native villages that I can play. So I'm going to gain, I said I was going to gain a Fisherman and a Young Witch. And the draw in this deck is coming from Enchantress and Haunted Woods. So yeah, I'm going to gain a Fisherman and a Young Witch. Okay. So now I have this big, thick shuffle without my Treasure Hunter, unfortunately. Hope to find the Young Witch and the Haunted Woods soon to draw. Otherwise, I'm going to be quite a bit behind. So set aside. Okay, that was my Haunted Woods. 4. I think now I will start taking... well, I'm so far behind on the... getting the warrior into play that I do think I need to take a 3rd native village. They somehow have 2 warriors before I got 1. I don't fully understand how that's possible, but sometimes that is life. They're seeing their native village here. They discarded an estate for me, which is quite nice. So they're going to get their hero here. I may only get to play this Young Witch 1 time in the game, but it should help me cycle here a little bit. Where like an Enchantress in the same spot would not do as much for me because I can't actually play it until the next turn. They've gotten their remodel now, which is nice. Okay, so I do need to pick this up. I can play the Young Witch here. Discard 2. Yeah, I'm definitely playing the Haunted Woods always. So Haunted Woods, and then I'm going to buy another Haunted Woods. And with any luck, I'll draw my warrior here. Unfortunately, the way this works is that it'll miss the shuffle as well. So it's going to be a long time before I get to my champion. So the native villages may get to do some work. If I set aside with my... a lot of silvers from the Treasure Hunter. How many silvers did we each gain? So they gained 2 silvers there. They gained... no, they only gained 1 silver when they played that one. And... they played another one at some point and gained some silvers. Oh, they played 2. Yes, they gained 2 silvers? Yeah. So, when I played mine, how many did I gain? I gained 3 silvers. So, I actually don't want silvers in my deck at this point, so I'm just tracking that to see sort of what the states of our decks are. It's easy to kind of ignore that detail. Sometimes you have to avoid playing the Treasure Hunter at all. Because your opponent gained too many cards. Like this turn, I wouldn't want to play a Treasure Hunter because my opponent is going to gain 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 cards. There's an outside chance I hit Populate here. That'll be set aside, and I've got to draw on. Kind of sad that I hit 9. I would much rather have hit 10. I'm also thinking about later in the game going for some vineyard stuff, although we're somewhat game limited. But you can do a lot of stuff with remodel. So I'm going to get another Haunted Woods and kind of sadly top deck that estate. Although I should be able to now gain 2 nice cards with it. I'm still just really far from getting my... trashed my Young Witch, so I did get to play it exactly once. I'm still just really far from getting my champion in play, and they're going to be very close here. So I may even need to consider getting another village here, just to guarantee the draw. I assume that what meant is they played their warrior without knowing if they'd accidentally draw their hero, and they didn't. Yep, and now they get to populate, which is nice. I'm going to grab some Enchantresses now. It's a little bit cheaper draw. And I will grab one more Native Village as well, because I have a lot of terminals in the deck. Looks like they're not able to do much this turn, which is good for me. I don't see much reason to pick up the Native Village, so I'll set it aside, play the Haunted Woods, and buy something. Probably another remodel. The remodels get very good here very quickly. And with any luck, I'll find my hero this turn. It is in this shuffle, I believe. Yep. The fact that they're so far ahead in the heroes, the travelers, and getting to populate first is troublesome. But that's the way the game goes sometimes. I'm assuming that meant they played their travelers out of order, or they set aside their hero and they could have, they could have trashed one more card, I guess, or attacked one more card. It's pretty minor overall. And we'll see if they start provincing now. Yeah. So they've got Palace points. I haven't really paid attention to Palace. It is in the game, I guess is what I'll say. Set aside. Gain a gold. Play the Haunted Woods. This is again 9, which is so sad. This is the second time I've hit 9 this game. And it's just very sad. So do I want to get a gold, just get another Haunted Woods, get my shuffle up, and then claim that I can build stuff more. Try to get a potion to get vineyards to catch up. Guess I'm going to get a Haunted Woods and not touch the potion pile, not touch the province pile at all this game. Try to sneak in a potion. I do think I have more draw than them. We'll see how much that matters. But hitting 9 twice is very sad. Like, I would have much rather hit 6 twice, three times than 9 twice. And if I'd hit 10 either of those times, I could have populated. Now, maybe a fisherman instead of a native village gets me there. But I have some pretty sad draws here without native village with all the terminals I've added. I'm not sure if just like the page fisherman stuff just is a lot faster than what I did. So we both played pages turn 5. They played their treasure hunter turn 6 already because they had their haunted woods in play. I didn't see my treasure hunter until turn 7, which doesn't seem to have anything to do with the native villages. So I don't know if I somehow screwed up my buy order or what happened there. To put me in this spot. Those are all fine to discard. I really want to find... Well, I wanted to find that native village, I guess, but I want to find my champion. That's what I really want. And I've got 3 chances here to find it. And hopefully, if not finding the champion, I'll find a native village. Very good. Okay. Pick up. Draw. Okay, so this is 8. So golds are not particularly useful for me. What is the most useful card for me? It is potion now. I'm worried if I get potion, they'll think about potion and start going for it. Like, I want to wait till I'm completely dominating the draw stuff and then switch to potion and confuse them greatly. Okay, so if they don't attack me and flip my champion over, I'm going to draw 5 cards and draw my champion, and then I can be off to the races. I'm guessing that this saves their turn somehow. Like that was the only non-terminal action that they had, so it saves their turn by doing that. It's still kind of a sad turn, and they've got to top deck these 2 cards. They maybe could have considered like not playing the silver if they wanted to draw it next turn, but probably the silver is worse than nothing for them. Watchtower. That's odd. I guess you could do fun stuff with Watchtower Populate. Okay. So I'm always going to pig that. This is again 9 coins. This is again 9 coins. I'm just like, it's just infuriating, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. Just the 9 coins 4 times, 5 times. When you say, why don't you get province all those times? Well, my deck would be worse after the second or third province, and I wouldn't be able to hit even 9 anymore. So I'm only drawing 3 this turn. I do have the native village. What's on the native village mat? What did I do? I somehow triggered a shuffle for them. I'm not... I don't understand. Okay, so this turn is likely to be sad for me. This turn's likely to be quite sad for me. The other problem is with no plus buy, buying vineyards is going to be annoying. You can only buy 1 vineyard a turn, and then you can't populate. So you kind of have to alternate buying vineyard and populating. But we'll see what they do here. Probably, okay, I can draw that. Set aside. I will definitely pick that up. All right, so 3 Haunted Woods coming into play. They've got a beggar? Weird. So with 3 Haunted Woods coming into play, I'm definitely going to hit my price point next turn. Unclear why they bought the beggar at all. Unless there's some synergy I'm not seeing. So I can consider now getting a treasure trove, which will give me palace points, sort of. And I've got 3 silvers or something coming in. Oh, they got the beggar because of populate. Duh. Okay. So I will grab a page now, and I will grab a treasure trove. And unless the universe is incredibly stacked against me, I will hit 10 pretty easily this turn. Like the deck that advances the travelers faster should not also be the deck that has all the treasures to hit 10. Doesn't really make sense, but I guess they don't have their champion in place still. They must have dead drawn it at some point. So that's unfortunate for them. They don't have a potion yet, although you can gain and play 1. I'll count here this shuffle. I should see most of my cards, how many actions I have. But basically, every populate will gain you 3 VP per vineyard. So if I like alternate, I may avoid this vineyard thing and just start going provinces now that I feel like my deck is much further ahead, and I'll be able to remodel a bunch of stuff, like remodel the golds from treasure trove into province. Yeah, they're buying a potion now. Okay, well I can just kind of draw here. This is nice. Set aside 2. If the second one is bad, we'll pick that up. Okay. So treasure trove gains me. Coppers, right? And treasure hunters will gain me. Okay, well I can certainly gain a fisherman here. And then I can gain a page. And I will play this 1 time. Yeah, because I want the golds and populates. and I'll take a random order. And I will take the 1 treasure hunter. So I still don't have enough draw, but I'm certainly going to be drawing better. I can also consider on my vineyard buy turn setting aside everything with native village and not actually picking it up. So I draw 8 to start here, and I've only got maybe 5, 6, 7 cantrips. Yeah, so they must have dead drawn their champion that shuffle where they played the warriors. I would have avoided playing the champion at all, but we'll see what they decide to do with it. So the warriors are actually kind of nice for draw if you don't get too many silvers. So we'll have to see how many silvers I would gain on the turn when I can play the treasure hunter. Otherwise, I'll probably keep most of the things as pages. I guess you want like 1 treasure hunter at all times. And I think I will try to actually just start fully setting aside things with native village, not picking them up unless absolutely necessary, because I am going to hit my price points in general. And you do have some weird cards in the deck now: Young Witch, Beggar, Watchtower. Watchtower could see a tiny bit of play with top decking stuff off of the populate, I guess. Whoa! That was a lot of silvers. So their deck's going to fall apart once they get to it. I played populate, gained me 9 actions. I remodeled 2 things and played the treasure hunter. So yeah, that was a lot of kingdom cards. And I assume they're going to go province here, but I'm not quite sure. So my plan now will be try to pick up 1 vineyard maybe, and then remodel and set aside native village things and do remodel tricks into provinces. Okay, well I can play all of those. Set aside. Set aside. Okay, those are all things that I'm happy to set aside. So the question is, what am I doing here? Set aside. So I can like remodel a copper into a fisherman and buy a vineyard and see how many VP that is. It's not a lot, but oh, never mind. It was 9. Wow, that was a lot. Okay, never mind. So yeah, playing populate is worth 3 VP per vineyard, but I already had like 20 action cards. So I think the plan now, set aside at the native village, maybe get another vineyard, and then on my final turn, remodel a bunch of stuff into provinces. We'll see here if... Now, the thing is, they're not going to be able to buy vineyards because they've got like 60 cards in their deck and a lot less draw because I have more haunted woods. So I suspect that, absent... Well, the thing is, they can buy a province a turn for 5 turns, and then probably remodel along the way. That doesn't seem unreasonable to me. So that's 42 points, and vineyards are worth 12 points. So I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I just go around, buy a vineyard. If I miss a vineyard, I try to get another populate and continue to remodel stuff. And I should get a little bit more palace points. They can also consider not playing this gold and buying a province. They did not do that, but they could. So they gained 2 cards, okay? I'm certainly going to trigger this shuffle here. Let's see what I set aside. A village. Okay, well, let me draw with this. I've got enough for the things I need to do. Oh, they still haven't played their the Watchtower in hand. Nice. I think I'm good with this for this turn. Well, so what can I do? I can gain 2 provinces and a vineyard this turn if I want to, but I lose a little bit of VP from the what am I saying? A little bit of VP from Palace. And I'm drawing 11 cards at the beginning of next turn. And there should be a native village down there. So set aside, I guess. Yes, let me make sure. They gained a province, gained a gold. So this is 2 silvers. I think that should be fine. 3 haunted woods. And so now the question is, do I want to populate or do I want a vineyard? So vineyard's worth 12. The next vineyard's worth 12. For a populate to be worth 12, I would have to have 4 vineyards. But I have a whole bunch of extra action cards that make it possible for me to do stuff. So it's a little bit of a trade-off. I have basically what I figured, 4 turns. So if I get a potion a turn, I think I'll have a turn where I miss a potion. So I just want to buy the vineyard now. Oh, and it's only worth 9. Right. I miscounted that because I had palace points. Okay. So I start the turn by drawing 11. They have nothing coming into play. We'll see if they find their champion soon. It's a little unfortunate that they had to play their warrior as pig. They must have drawn the watchtower because I definitely would have watchtowered the pig instead. 3 silvers. Yes, they're not going to be able to gain more golds easily, though. And every gold they gain is going to be... Every gold they remodel into province is likely going to be minus 3 points from Palace. So I'm not in like a terrible spot here. We're also pile pressure. There's a couple of low piles. I may not be able to populate again. We'll see. I probably can populate again because they don't have a ton of gains in their deck. And once they shuffle, it's going to be so many silvers that it's tough for them. I'm not sure why they trashed that estate. That seems questionable to me. Unless they have enough silvers, and I assume they have enough coppers. I have trashed a lot more coppers than them. I assume they have enough coppers and silvers that every gold is worth 3 VP for Palace. I would have considered remodeling a copper into a something there. They did gain a point there. Yeah, we saw they just gained VP. That seems questionable to me. Maybe that prevents me from being able to pile myself, though. So we'll see. I guess I'll play the warrior since they have champion in play. They gained quite a few cards, right? So I'm not going to play this treasure hunter here. I'm going to set everything aside basically and then pick it all up and then figure out from there. Pick up. Okay, this is quite the hand I have. Okay. So, play the Young Witch. Discard 2. So what can we do here? Can we win the game this turn somehow? So the piles that are low are Fisherman, Native Village, Remodel. So I have 3 remodels. Doesn't seem like I can do anything with the 3 remodels right now. I want to be remodeling golds into provinces, but then I'm losing palace points. So I could remodel things into duchies. I could remodel things into golds. And I mean, I can play all these cards now. I can certainly remodel the beggar into something. I can remodel the fisherman into something. I can remodel the gold into province. I can gain 3 provinces this turn if I want to. That puts me at 30, 42. That doesn't seem safe. It seems like they can actually pretty easily double. I don't think they can triple. Vineyards are worth, what, 9? So if I go double province vineyard here, I'm losing VP from Treasure Trove, but I'm gaining VP from... I'm losing VP from Treasure Trove, but I'm gaining VP from provinces. So, and I get 3 VP when I play this treasure trove, so that's 27. Double province would be 39, but I lose 6, so I'm at 33, and then vineyard puts me at 42. I could also do 1 province. I can also do 1, like a watchtower into a duchy or something along the way. A watchtower into a fisherman. Watchtower into a duchy? Seems reasonable. I could also go copper into native village. Okay, I don't really want to think about this anymore, so I'm just going to click some things. High level dominion here. And gain the vineyard. Keep and keep. So my next shuffle is going to be rough, although I am starting by drawing 11 cards. But I drew the potion at the top of the deck, which is quite nice, which means I can get at least 9 VP this turn, even if I don't draw any. Remodels. If I get the treasure trove, I should be able to get another 3 VP out of this turn. They certainly have remodels and golds, but again, remodeling a gold to a province only gives you 3 VP. I did that turn because I wanted to move the game towards its completion, and I didn't want to risk getting to this spot where the shuffles get bigger and I start to run out of the ability to do stuff. We're at the point now where populate is worth 9 points for me as well, so I can populate instead of vineyard if I don't find my potion. So like this turn I'll vineyard, and then next turn I'll populate for 12. That seems like pretty nice play if I can get to it. And I was able to draw a deck there, but a lot of that was the native village stuff coming into play. I had 4 or 5 cards on native village, so I'm not going to find that this turn. So yeah, my plan this turn is to, if I can't end the game, set aside, set aside, set aside. Okay, so I can remodel gold into province. I don't see any need to do that. I can remodel province into province. Buy a vineyard. Am I worried about them triple provincing? No. I can remodel gold into province. I'm going to gain those VP immediately back with playing the treasure trove, so that seems reasonable. Yeah, so this turn I have, no draw. I didn't find any haunted woods, so I may not be able to get to populate. It's actually pretty unlikely that I will. If I find a native village, it's not really any more likely. So that was a bit of awkward shuffle there for me. Am I going to get a province here? Fisherman. Fisherman. Okay, I did find a warrior. Fisherman. Okay, so I've got, I do have 8. Can I remodel something into something? I can't. Do I need to get a province here? I do. Haunted Woods, Chantress. I'll remodel the remodel into a gold and then buy a province. I probably didn't need to touch the province pile at all. And I did find Haunted Woods. They're all kind of fun. Probably didn't need to touch the province pile at all here. As long as their deck wasn't doing much, I could have just gone back and forth between. I do not want to do that. I just gone back and forth between vineyards, and once I got to the 4th vineyard, switched to populate, and then the 5th vineyard, and then populate again, and so on. But this is a weird one. This is a long one. Although there's so much alt VP in the vineyard pile that I didn't really focus on provinces, and I was very slow to get my deck under control. And they were able to get their deck under control quite a bit faster. But then they added too much treasure, I think. If they find their potion, they could potion remodel province. I don't think that gets them there. I don't think they have 13 points worth of vineyards. That's 39 action cards. Yeah. I mean, they could do a couple remodel tricks. But It seems difficult. So now I just need to find 4 money in my next 5 cards, and I can win. Okay, not there yet. Set aside, pick up. Okay, I did not get there. Set aside. 1 money short. So I will just buy a gold. Next turn I've got 9 draw coming in, so I should be much better. I didn't quite notice they had said something earlier. They did something lucky apparently. Populate? They don't have any, populate just ends the game. So it's kind of hopeless for them. I think they've got to find their potion to have come back, or just keep buying golds, maybe. Golds are good cards. Oh, yep, and it is in hand. Okay, huge game. The Vineyards ended up proving huge for me, 27 action cards. If I'd been tracking, I could have known that buying an action card was plus 4 VP, but I wasn't tracking that well. I felt like I was behind a little bit, but you see they have these 19 silvers, and that makes it real tough for them to get through their deck, to find the potion if they want to go for alt VP. So the treasure trove, which helped them get to 10 and populate earlier, and then they got to their travelers earlier, but they dead drew their champion, which is marginally unlucky. I think probably 30% for that to happen. All in all, they played it quite well this match, so I ended up winning the match 3-1. So good games, MackAttack. Hope they were fun for you. Traveler games are always a bit of an adventure, as we saw there. So thanks everyone for watching.